Online discussion forums can be a great way to engage students in the online learning space. But if they're so useful, why is it that students often don't engage with them? How many times have you set up your forum, you've stepped back, ready to watch the intellectual conversation start to flow, but instead you see nothing? In this video, we're going to look at how you can design your discussion forums with opportunities for higher order thinking and better student engagement. Now, there's many reasons why students may not engage with your discussion forums. They might not fully understand their purpose or might not be clear on the expectation or benefits of the forum. They might not be comfortable with the technical process of starting a thread or posting replies. But the main reason I've found for hesitance and resistance to engage with forums is fear of judgment. It can be intimidating to put your thoughts and feelings down in writing for all to see. But there are huge advantages to well-designed discussion forums. So what can we do to help our students get over the fear of the forum and engage in worthwhile learning experiences? Here's some tips to consider when first designing and introducing discussion forums. Always start with the why. Why are you having a discussion forum? What's the purpose? Is it just random, or is it explicitly linked to your learning outcomes, session content, or assessment? Do you want to use the forum to assess students' understanding in relation to some content? Do you want the forum to capture reflections that students have on a topic or idea? Do you want the forum to be an icebreaker to get the group more familiar with each other? Think about your why, and most importantly, clearly articulate your why to your students. Emphasize the benefits of discussion forum participation and how they can further develop understanding of core concepts. If you understand the purpose, they'll more likely engage. Following your why comes what. What do you want the students to do? Again, we should be very explicit, providing clear guidance, prompts, and questions. The challenge here is to make sure you frame the question well. If students don't know exactly what you want them to do, they'll be less likely to engage. Try to emphasize the relevance of the question and the link between the forum activity and the session or assessment. In addition to text prompts or questions, I found anchors to be very useful to give context and content for the discussion. Anchors can be course content, for example, watch this video, listen to this podcast, read this article, and then go to the forum and do XYZ. As mentioned at the start, some students choose not to participate due to a lack of confidence, fear of their posts being judged negatively, thinking that there is a correct answer that they just did not get. So providing clarity of expectation can help mitigate this. Examples include making criteria for engagement or assessment available before students start posting, specifying your expectations around the content of posts and the frequency of posts, clearly state due dates, intended outcomes, and topics to be covered, and how you expect students to respond to each other. If you only ask them to reply to 2 other students, then that's usually what happens, and you can sometimes get minimal replies like good job or I agree. I try to write out discussion prompts that give students a better idea of how to reply to each other. Once you've designed your discussion forum and thought about your why and what, then how comes next. How students access and post in the forum. We know that learning management systems can be clunky and not too intuitive, so to increase the chance of engagement, you can provide explicit instructions about how to use the discussion forum, either in text or video, or even better, have a live demonstration, walking them through the features and give them all chance to post with a fun activity. Consider your tools. All the major LMS allow for discussion forums, but as mentioned, they can sometimes feel clunky and not really inviting for learners. If I have a graded discussion, then I tend to use the inbuilt LMS forums in order to capture the grades. However, there are other tools out there to consider that may improve the learning experience. Personally, I prefer to use a Padlet, so I embed a Padlet board into the LMS to keep the student in a consistent learning environment, but have more user-friendly and flexible experience. Another option is Flipgrid. Again, embed it to provide a consistency for the student, but this allows for video discussion to happen. I found Flipgrid especially useful for second language learners that may not be comfortable writing, so given an opportunity to open the camera and talk in response is useful. So to summarise, emphasising your why, what and how are really important when creating your discussion forum. And as in all aspects of learning design, it's important to clarify your expectations to students, either verbally, through written instructions, modelling appropriate posts, or showing examples. So in this video, we've talked about design and implementation considerations for discussion forums. In the next video, we're going to look at tips for effective facilitation of those forums.